of these Dior bags flying around recently, I thought now was a good time to review Alien Hypersense by Mugler. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then get yourself onto Dior Talk and watch some of Bethany Frankel's recent videos. That will get you up to speed. Anyway, back to Alien Hypersense by Mugler. Now, I think Mugler are actually going for a world record on how many flankers that they can release, because they have released so many flankers, it has my head spinning. My head is spinning into orbit, in space, with all of the flippin' aliens that it was inspired by, that have now decided to come down to Earth. And let's get to the fragrance itself. So this is predominantly a white floral fragrance with a warm, woody, ambery, musky base. Now the opening is obviously predominantly jasmine, but there is a presence of some citrus and pear coming through. Now the pear does fade on the dry down, but the citrus does remain present, and the citrus undertones give that white floral, that jasmine, a freshness. So it's a bright, fresh white jasmine rather than a creamy jasmine. Then that warm, woody, slightly ambery, slightly musky base starts to come through, and overall it is a really pleasant fragrance. It's pleasant, it's nice. I think what sits at odds with me is that Mugler try to position themselves as edgy and bold and experimental. You know, they're kind of like, we're different, we're not like other designers, we're cool, you know. And it's just like, this is the most generic, dull fragrance going. Okay, it's not dull, but it's safe. It's a very safe bet. They're not doing anything like avant-garde with this. And then when you look at the perfumer behind it, Dominique Ropion, then it starts to make sense. Dominique Ropion, he's a bit of a celeb in the perfumer world, and literally any luxury designer brand that you can think of off the top of your head have probably hired him for a perfume. I'll actually do a separate video on him because there's a lot to say, but basically bottom line is, if you're hiring Dominique Ropion for a fragrance, you're going for mass market appeal. You're not going to be putting out anything bold and divisive. In terms of performance, this is powerful stuff. The longevity is insane. Is there such a thing as a fragrance lasting too long? Because this, for me, lasted until the next day on my skin. The projection and the sillage is also really strong. What are your thoughts on Mugler's Alien Hypersense? I'd love to know.